Okay, so now we have a metal around a window. It's called a drywall return. To keep these metals from cracking after you finish them with mud, we always buy the self-adhesive gauze tape, put it over. That stopped a lot of callbacks in the future. Go over any openings, like that little tab up there, run it down. You want to do that on both sides of the metal. You don't want cracks on either side. Most people are going to put blinds in here that would cover that even if it did crack, but I still like to keep it from cracking. Make sure the gauze tape is set good. We've got a 5-inch knife for this one and an 8-inch knife. We're going to take our 5, same way, always on the corner of that knife. Put it in there, fill. Just like that. You want to fill that void as much as you can with this knife. Do that all the way around the inside of the window. Unless you have to switch knives during the process, the more time it saves. After you get the inside, the return filled, take your 8-inch. You want it heavy on one side so it doesn't roll off the knife. Then start up here. Now, this takes practice just like everything does. You're working with wider knives. They're a little harder to control. I make it look easy. By pressing that around like that, make sure that the void is totally filled up and flat. Squeezes out air bubbles. Keep you from having to worry about it later. Okay, after you get all the mud on it around like that, we're going to take our knife, push in on one corner of the knife, and clean that edge. All the way around. After you get that edge cleaned off, take your 5, clean off the beads. There's going to be a little bit of mud on that corner bead. Every time you get a chance, clean that bead off. It'll keep a lot of mud from falling on the ground. Now that we got that done, we can go ahead and just pull off excess mud. Don't want to push hard. You just want to pull off the excess. We don't want to push real hard and dig all that mud back out. It's defeating the purpose. If we can just keep it nice and flat, keep your blade nice and straight. You got such a nice job. It won't shrink as much when you'll have more room to shrink because it's going to shrink as it dries. Clean off the bead again. Now we got your 5, start at the top. Do the same thing here. You're just pulling off the excess. Clean the bead. Pull off the excess. Clean the bead. It'll keep you from having to do it before you give it the final coat. These drywall corner beads like this will get 2 coats before they're sanded. So the first one really needs to make sure and fill that whole thing, make it nice and flat. That way when you put your window sills, any kind of trim around the window, if you do, they'll have a nice flat surface to nail it to. So anyway, that's the window corner beads. Nice clean job. Keep the amount of sanding down later.